Welcome back to your favorite channel that has 1 subscriber. One day, that will be 10. One day. Anywho, today, I just went to the comic store and we looked all day for the other parts for Wolverine and Hulk on the road with Wolverine and Hulk. Any of the other parts. This is the only one we found because they're all in Marvel Comics Presents. This one also has the other comics in them. I'll do videos on them in the future. These are all of them, but obviously we're doing the Wolverine one. So I just read this banger. So I'll just little teaser banger. So this one's part 5. We just did part 7. I know we're out of order, but I don't know where any of the other parts were. I'm lucky I even found this, and this one costed more. So yeah, had to drop a bag for this video, but a bag as in it was only $10, but whatever. I did get. There's other comics we got too, so I'm gonna be making videos on those as well. I got this Spider-Man one that I'm gonna do soon with Mysterio in it. So we're gonna get into this one. So let's start off with this. It is called On the Road with Wolverine and Hulk Part 5. You can run, but you can't hide. Off to amazing start. So it says, where I am hardly matters. The fact that I'm alive at all is remarkable. The reason I'm wanted man is a mystery to me. The fact that I'm Wolverine means that I'm going to do something about all this. Only where do I even begin? So a little context. Mimic is going around as Wolverine doing things that people are not starting to not like Wolverine, basically. And since I know I'm Wolverine, I gotta ask myself, who is he? And why is he trying to screw up my life? Gotta watch myself. Be careful. Don't want to draw any undue attention to myself. Someone else has already done enough as it is. And despite all the trouble I got into, it looks like I'm gonna have to go back there. So he's in disguise. He's in the trench coat and stuff because he will get arrested because he's a bad guy because of what Mimic's doing. So he threw that. He's like, I'm going to go back. I think he needs going back to Mimic. Obviously, I haven't read part 1 through 5 or part 1 through 4 or 6 or 8. So I will try to find those. If I can't find them at the store, we might have to just get them online, specifically, which I don't really mind doing that. But as long as I finish the story, because I actually enjoy this one a lot, and it's been fire. It's been fire. I have to find out who's impersonating me and why. So now we're at this fight with Hulk and Mimic. Hulk knows this is not Wolverine. Okay, little man, it's time for some answers. What good will answers be to you, Hulk, when you're dead? Some confidence, even though Hulk is so strong. He's like, good question. Funk, homeboy. So he flies and hits the wall, and Hulk's all. But I fail to see the relevance. Now, about those answers. Who are you? And he says, our paths have crossed before, Behemoth. But with these claws, I'll see to it that it never happens again. He's like, maybe you really are, clown. Roasted. This is, I'm pretty sure, pre-Green Hulk. Pretty sure Hulk is gray at the time, still, in this series. Based off the cover. I'm pretty sure he's just gray. After all, I know you're not Wolverine. What good are fake claws going to be against me? And then freaking Wolverine goes, or Mimic goes on his chest, his whole chest, and Homer's just there. He's chilling. He doesn't. Tis but a scratch. Hulk slaps him and he flies again. You know what, guy? You just made a big mistake. Party time is over. The kid gloves are off. And freaking Wolverine throws a desk chair at him. And he's like, you're a dead man. This chair ain't doing nothing. Let's be real. What is Mimic doing? I don't know. Once I get my hands on you, in that case, and he freaking jumps. He's like hanging from what looks to be like a light, like from the ceiling, and just kicks this giant thing onto him, then jumps onto the thing to get him through it. He's like, I won't let you. He's like, that's okay, pal. And he grabs this like pipe, he just breaks it and just starts spraying it in his face. Maybe I'll just make things a little hotter for you. He's like, ah! Why do I do these things? He's like, oh, what's the matter? Did you get all steamed up? Got all these puns. Hulk with the puns, bro. You know, I would love to see Angry Hulk from like the early Avengers movies, just like dropping random puns in the middle of the fights. Look, I don't want to be forced to kill you. Let's put an end to this before it's too late for you. Hey, I'll play Babe Ruth as long as you want. But what are you gonna do next? And he's like, what? What am I gonna do? Homer's just like pondering life now. He's like, what am I gonna do? He's like, yeah. What do you do for an encore? He's like, what? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I gonna do? No place to run, no place to hide. Sheesh, and I thought I had problems. Hulk is low-key chill in this one. Well, at least the problem's over for these unfortunates. So apparently there's hostages that Mimic like took hostage. I'm assuming in part 4 or whatever, like the previous ones, he was doing that. Only they don't know it. They're as afraid of me as they are of him. Oh well, past lives, past crimes. Now I wonder where our little Wolverine copycat has gone off to. And he's like chugging these pills. He's like, the pain subsiding. The madness, once again, I'm free of it. But only for the moment. And the moment never lasts. Once I was a man. What am I now? This dude's like going through it right now after just going through this crazy fight. And then there's all these like police dudes with guns and stuff like outside of where they're being hostage. And one of the cops is like, be careful, there's someone coming out. It's the hostages, they're free. Don't shoot. Don't worry, you're safe now. You alright? Yes, we were saved by the Hulk. And then the cop's like, saved by the Hulk? Now I've heard everything. Listen up. Do not be hating on my Hulk. Alright? He's nasty with it. Okay? He's nasty. Okay. Well. That sounds a little crazy. Unless the Hulk can do anything about the madman responsible for all this. And then Hulk is like going into where Mimic is like hiding. And he's like, finished? And he's like, I'm sorry. I didn't want any of this. And Hulk's like, I'm beginning to believe that. Besides, you remind me of a friend. I won't hurt you. Trust me. He's like, it's about time I trusted someone. It might as well be you. You don't remember me, do you? And he's like, take it easy. You don't have to tell me. I do remember you now. I know who you are. Only it can't be. You're dead. Bum bum. Bum bum. And that's where it ends. I need to find the other ones. I'm going to let you know that. Whether it's online or whatever, I would like to find the other ones for these because I enjoy these a lot, but they are in the Presents comics, which is cool because it also gives us 3 other ones that we can read. And I will be doing videos on some of these. Like the other one has some too. Like there's one for Poison, but I'm not entirely sure if I'll do one for that one. I probably will. I'll probably end up doing one for that one actually, but it's because it's like more of an intro. There's not really a story, so it'd be hard to like vote. It'd be hard to score the story part when there's not really a story because it's just an intro to Poison, who she is. Boom. All right, let's get to the review. All right, let's get to reviewing this. So, if you don't know how I score the percentages and stuff, this is my chart. Take a gander. Obviously, we got trash, lame, mid, good, fire, and amazing. So, those are my scoring based on percentages. So basically, what I do is I vote out of 10 for these 4 categories: story, art, characters, and helpfulness. Story is story, obviously. Art is art, obviously. Characters is character developments and just the characters that are in it. And then helpfulness is how it adds to the series that it's in. And if it's a standalone comic, then we just won't do that one. All right, so let's start off with story. So I enjoyed this story a lot more than the last one. So I give this one an 8 out of 10 for story. I actually really enjoyed this one, and I think it adds a lot to this series. And like, it's a full fight between Hulk and Mimic, and then they like kind of like make amends at the end, kind of partly, which I really enjoyed the story. And like at the beginning, seeing Wolverine like trying to be covered up, and trying to figure out who this dude is, like mimicking him, hence Mimic. But yeah, so the story's really cool. I definitely give it an 8. So for art, it is the same type of art as the last one, which the last one I give a 6. But this one, I'm going to give a 7. And this is why. I think the last one had a lot less. Last one, as in part 7, because that's the last one I read. Not the last one from the series, but part 7. A lot less dynamic poses, and this one had a lot more because of all the fights. But last one didn't have that much fights. So this one had much more fights, so hence more dynamic poses, and it's just better art in my opinion based on posing. Otherwise, it's just kind of a basic classic look. Now for characters, this one I'm giving a 7.5. I think the development of Hulk and Mimic is great. So I think for this series specifically, that's a very specific moment and like important moment to the series. So I'm definitely giving that to a 7.5. Then for helpfulness, I'm going to give only a 6. Giving this a 6 because really the only thing it's adding is that part with Hulk and Mimic like coming together. But otherwise, not a lot of like bridging or helping the other issues in this series. It's kind of just like it's a specific to the, and a low helpfulness score does not mean a bad comic. It just means like it focuses more on that specific comic than the whole series. So I'm giving that one a 6. Now, for the GU score, drum roll, of this drum roll, 71%. So this one is in the good category. It's a little better than the last one for sure, or part 7 for sure. Also, I made a Google Sheets where I'll be like putting all my scores in for each one I read, and I'll be putting that in the description. So make sure you check that out, and you can look at the scores I leave. So that'll be it for this one. Really enjoyed this one. I'm liking this like little series of Wolverine and Hulk. Leave in the comments down below of any other ideas / comics I should read, or things I should do on the channel, even that has nothing to do with the comics. Well, obviously something to do with comics, but nothing with like reviewing them. Yeah. Bye, y'all. Deuces.